Alright, so welcome back. And in the last episode, basically we set up a screen that drops down from the ceiling when you walk past this trigger box. So you walk in a trigger and the screen drops down from the ceiling. We can actually show that happening and the video plays as well. So walk that and the screen drops down. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. What we need to do now is let's go ahead and set up an in-game cinematics. So instead of her walking around while that video plays, we want to kind of like make it like a cutscene, but we don't want to do a level sequence. So here's the easy way to do a cutscene. And 1 second while we save everything, let me double check some things here. Save all. I want to make sure that my movie and all of that stuff is still there. Alright, cool.
You have been captured.
Alright, everything should be good. Everything will fill itself out. Alright, so if your movie has disappeared, all you gotta do is go back in your media player and open it back up. That's what happened to me, by the way. Anyways, to get started with this cutscene, let's go ahead and add a trigger box in our scene. So in my place actors, I'm gonna grab a trigger box and put it right in front of the door. Cool. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a camera in the scene, because this is the camera that we want to cut to. So let's add a camera actor and put it in the scene. And then position your camera. Now I want my camera to be facing the screen when it comes down. So I'm going to put mine up there and closer to it, so you see the whole screen. Okay, perfect. Now we got both of these. We can start working on the code. I'm saying like all synonyms in a row, like whatever. Anyways, click on your trigger box and go to your level blueprint. Now we're going to do all of this in your level blueprint. Right click somewhere and then we're going to add an event for trigger box. Go to collision and add on actor begin overlap. For the other actor, we'll say the third person character. Okay. So when the third person character overlaps that box, we want it to disable their input. So let's disable input. And then for the player controller here, just drag off and say get player controller. Perfect. Now, also, what we should do is let's get a reference to that camera. So go back into your scene, click on your camera. Now open your level blueprint back up. Right click and create a reference to your camera actor. Cool. So the next thing that we need to do is we want it to blend to the other camera, this camera right here. So drag off of the player controller and say set view target with blend. Alright, so what this is going to do is say from the player controller, that's the target, where is it going to blend to? And we want it to blend to this camera. How long do we want that to take? I'm going to say about 4 seconds for mine. Let's say 3 seconds. 4 is kind of long. So 3 seconds. Then I want it to delay for as long as the video plays. So I'm going to say delay for as long as the video plays. I think it was 12 seconds or so. Okay. And then after that, what I want to do is I want the camera to go back to the player controller camera. So we'll do set view target again. And this time, what we're going to do is hook that one in. For the new view target, we're going to drag off the third person character and say get follow cam. So there you go. And then from there, we're going to hook that straight into, actually you can't hook that into the new target. So what you want to do is say get owner, and then you should be able to hook that into the new target. There you go. Compile and save. And so after 12 seconds, it's going to blend back to the player camera, and we want it to blend over, I guess, I want this one to be faster, so 2 seconds. And then we also want to enable the input. So off the player character, at the end, we'll say enable input. And make sure that your player controller is hooked up to your player controller, which is way at the beginning. Compile and save. Let's review the code, and then it should work. When the player walks into the box, it's going to disable their input. It's going to change the camera to the other camera over 3 seconds. Then it's going to wait 12 seconds, and then it's going to change the camera back to our follow camera over 2 seconds, and then we're going to be able to move again. So compile and save, and let's test that out. Let's play. Walk in here, and there goes my cutscene.
You have been captured against your will. You'll never break out. You will never see the light of day.
There we go. So there's my little janky cutscene. In the polish, obviously, we'll clean it up, but there's my janky cutscene. That's the way you do cutscenes without having to do cinematics. So if you ever want to do an in-game cutscene, there you go. That's all I wanted to show you this video. So I hope you learned something, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.